During this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up your own reseller or white label center inside of Social Video Spark. Now, what you're going to need to do this is you are going to need a domain name that you would like to use to represent your reseller or white label account. Okay, so here I am. All I did was go to the white label center and I clicked on white label setup. Now, once you're inside here, you're going to need a few things. You're going to have to give your site a name. So I'm using Wealthy Video. And then you need to enter the site domain name, and this is going to be the domain name that you would like to use to represent your website. So I'm using wealthyvideo.com, which is an extra domain name that I currently have. Below that, you can enter a site tagline if you want to. That is optional. Next up below that is the support setup. You need to enter a support email address or a URL where your visitors or customers can go to receive support. And then you have some dashboard content that you can include. Once you have that information inserted into your settings here, go ahead and click on Save White Label Settings. Once you have that saved, you are going to see this information here, this big yellow box here that is telling you how to set up your CNAME inside of your DNS provider. Now, of course, depending on which DNS provider that you are using, it might look a little bit different, but you will be changing the exact same settings. Now, in this example, I'm going to walk you through how to do this with Namecheap, because that's the DNS provider that I use. If you aren't sure how to access this information on your DNS provider, you can click this link here. That's going to redirect you to a Google Help article. And under the first link they have here, add a CNAME record host specific steps. We're going to click that drop down, and then we're going to click on the link that they give us. That's going to redirect us to a page here that provides all the top DNS providers. And all you have to do is find the one that you are currently using. And in my example, I am using Namecheap. So we're going to click that, and it's going to give you step-by-step directions on how to insert this information. So let's go ahead and jump over to Namecheap, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this inside of Namecheap. So right now, I'm logged into my account, and I am under my dashboard and my Manage Domains section. And you're going to see here, I have a few domains listed, and I'm going to use Wealthy Video for this example. So I'm going to click on Manage. Once that next screen loads up, I am then going to click on Advanced DNS over here on the right side. And now I'm going to scroll down just a little bit here, and we're going to see that we have host records. Now, if you currently have your domain name pointing to web hosting or pointing somewhere else, you're going to have to point it back to Namecheap, or else you won't see this option here. Instead of letting you manage the host records, it's going to tell you that if you would like to manage the host records, then you need to point the domain name back to Namecheap. Okay, I don't have this domain name pointing anywhere, so I am going to click on Add Records. Now, once I do that, we receive this pop-up here, and it asks for the record type. Now, if we quickly jump back to our Social Video Spark dashboard, this is the information that we're going to be using here. So we can see the record type is CNAME. So if I go back to my Namecheap here, for the record type, I am going to choose a CNAME record. And now we have a lot more information to fill in. We have a host, a target, a TTL, and a record name, which is optional. So for the host, if we come back to Social Video Spark, we can see our host, which is our name, host, alias, is going to be www or my full URL. Okay, so all I'm going to do is copy this entire thing, and we are going to head back to our Namecheap, and we are simply going to paste it just like that. Next up is our target. If we head back here one more time, our value destination, which is our target, is socialvideospark.com. So we are going to copy that, come back over here, and paste that as well. Now for the TTL, if we go back here again, we can see the time to live, or the TTL, should be 1440, and that's if there is no automatic or default options available. Well, we have an automatic option on Namecheap, so I'm going to leave it just like that. The record name is optional, completely up to you. And once you have that information inserted, just click on Save Changes, and we can see that our host record setup was successful. Now, this can take 24 to 48 hours before it's all set up. And once it is all set up, you will be able to access your white label website by going to yourdomainname.com/members. A few more options that we have here once you have all of this set up and your white label site is up and it's running, we can go and view our members. And once you are in here, you will be able to see all the white label users that you currently have inside of your system. You also have the option to add a user or to invite other users to come and join your website. And you will also have the option to customize the training pages on your white label website. You are going to see the current training pages that we have, and you can choose to edit these pages to match your brand, your style, and your voice. And those are the steps that you need to take to set up your reseller or white label center.